Hi, kids. I have a neat lesson for you that makes you be a math detective. So, this is a math mystery, and it's called Too Much or Too Little Information. Now, you can take a piece of paper and you can be a detective. You can keep an investigator's log. You need to write down the problem in your own words. What information do you have? What information do you still need to solve your problem? What do you do to solve this problem? And what is your solution? And how do you know that your solution makes sense? When you're solving problems, especially math problems, these are the steps that are the easiest to follow. So, I'm going to read a short little story to you. Math detectives like Zara and Mendel sometimes have clients who leave out information. Detecting is a lot harder when there is too little information. Kenta was one such client. He called Zara's cell phone. My neighbor just asked me a question that I couldn't answer, so I called you, he said. My problem is about mowing lawns. I was mowing Mr. Wheeler's lawn when his neighbor, Mr. Greengrass, looked over his fence and waved to me. He continued. I stopped the mower. I went over to see what she wanted. She wondered whether I would be interested in mowing her lawn as well. And then she asked what Mr. Wheeler paid me. How'd you respond? Zara asked. I told her that Mr. Wheeler pays me $20. The lawn around his corner house is 100 feet wide and 60 feet from the front to the back. So I estimated I'd be done with his lawn in about 45 minutes, after which I could take a short break and then I could mow hers. She was delighted, Kenta continued, but she wondered how much to pay me. And you couldn't answer? Zara replied. Right, Kenta answered. I was stuck. So that's where you come in. Hmm, Zara said. She asked him to hold for a moment while she discussed the issue with Mendel. In a moment, she got back to Kenta. Well, thanks for your confidence in me, but there's something more that you need to know. And without that, I can't help you. So, what information is missing? And how might Zara and Mendel help Kenta answer Miss Greengrass's question? So, in our story, it gives us some important information about Kenta's situation, including the data about the size of Mr. Wheeler's lawn. We know how wide it is. We know how long it is. So you can easily figure out the area. For example, how would you decide the area of a lawn that is 12 feet wide and 6 feet long? Well, the formula for area is length times the width. So if it is 6 feet wide and 12 feet long, then you would multiply 6 times 12 and you would get 72. So you would know that the lawn is 72 square feet. And you know that it takes her about 45 minutes to mow a lawn the size of Mr. Wheeler's lawn. So you have to explain his estimate of 45 minutes. Now, we know this comes from your information that it is 100 feet wide and 60 feet long. So you can use a multiplication cheat and say 6 times 1 is 6, and then there's 3 zeros, so that makes 6,000. So the yard is 6,000 square feet. Then you would divide 6,000 by 45 to see how many square feet he can mow in 1 minute. You can use this information then to help you decide how much it would take to mow Miss Greengrass's lawn. So we know the size of Mr. Wheeler's lawn, but do we know the size of Mrs. Greengrass's lawn? She hasn't given us that information. So, do we have too little information? We don't know the area of her lawn. So, what questions would you ask Miss Greengrass to make this decision? Okay, you need to know how long her lawn is and how wide her lawn is so that you can find the area and then divide it. I'm sorry, not divide, multiply it times the amount of square footage per minute that he can mow. And then you would know how long it would take him to mow that lawn. Then you would think about how much he paid. He was paid to mow the one size lawn, and then decide what a fair price would be for the second job. So you see, when you're solving word problems, you have to have all the information, and you have to be a detective to find that information. And if you're missing information, then you need to ask for the missing information so that you have all the tools you need to solve that word problem. So we have fun today being a math detective. Have a great day.